Imagine standing in the cool, quiet hum of the supermarket dairy aisle. The air is chilled, the fluorescent lights gleam off the pristine tile floor, and the gentle whir of the refrigeration units creates a low, almost meditative drone. It seems like one of the most innocent places in the entire store, a wholesome and familiar landscape of comfort foods that evoke feelings of warmth, family, and simple pleasures. Yet, lurking behind the cheerful packaging, the pastoral farm scenes, and the familiar brand names is a secret so profoundly critical to your well-being that it could be the single deciding factor between a future filled with vibrancy, strength, and active longevity, and one tragically plagued by a series of preventable health crises. What if you were to learn that a simple, seemingly innocuous choice made in this very aisle, a choice that statistical data shows over 85% of individuals over the age of 60 make every single week without a moment's hesitation, could be silently and insidiously steering you towards a 40% lower chance of ever reaching your 80th birthday? This isn't a mere hypothetical. It's a stark reality grounded in nutritional science, a truth that could fundamentally alter the trajectory of your health from this day forward. The decision you make about which cheese to place in your shopping cart is far more than a preference of taste. It is a declaration of intent for your body's future. It sounds like the dramatic premise of a suspense film, a plot twist designed to create tension and intrigue, but this is not fiction. This is a startling reality, a compelling narrative backed by an ever-growing body of hard science that, for a variety of complex reasons, rarely manages to escape the dense pages of medical journals and penetrate the collective public consciousness. The truth is, the cheese you choose to consume is not just a matter of fleeting taste or culinary tradition. It is a profound and deeply personal decision that sends cascading ripple effects throughout your entire biological system, impacting the health of your heart, the clarity of your brain, and the very essence of your longevity. While you might sincerely believe you are making a healthy choice, selecting what appears to be a natural and nourishing food, there are delicious, everyday cheeses so deceptively harmful they can quietly and methodically double your risk of a fatal heart attack. There is another, so common and ubiquitous, it could skyrocket your risk of a debilitating stroke by a staggering 80%, and the odds are high that you have consumed it within the past week without a single second thought. But within this cautionary tale, there is a powerful message of hope and empowerment. For every dangerous and detrimental choice waiting on the shelf, there is a wonderfully delicious and powerfully beneficial one waiting to take its place. We are about to pull back the heavy curtain on the complex world of cheese, revealing the 4 life-giving, vitality-boosting cheeses you must start eating today, and exposing the 4 insidious imposters you need to banish from your kitchen and your body forever. The best cheeses for your health. Aged Gouda. Think of a beautifully aged Gouda not merely as a cheese, but as a sophisticated superfood cleverly disguised in a cloak of profound deliciousness. When a wheel of pristine Dutch Gouda is set aside to mature patiently for a period of at least 18 months, and sometimes for as long as 5 years, a remarkable and magical transformation occurs deep within its molecular structure, an alchemical process that turns a simple dairy product into an unparalleled nutritional powerhouse. During this extended and patient aging process, the large, complex milk proteins, which can be difficult for many people to digest, are meticulously broken down by natural enzymes into smaller, more elegant, and highly bioavailable compounds called peptides. These are, in essence, pre-digested proteins, making them incredibly easy for your body to absorb and utilize for cellular repair and muscle maintenance. This is a crucial benefit, as our own digestive systems naturally become less efficient with age, making nutrient extraction a more challenging task. But the true, life-altering magic of a well-aged Gouda lies in a nutrient that most people have never even heard of, yet is one of the most critical for healthy aging, vitamin K2. This vitamin acts as a brilliant and intelligent traffic director for calcium within your bloodstream. Instead of allowing rogue calcium to be deposited in your arteries, where it builds up to form dangerous hardening plaques, a condition known as arterial calcification, which makes blood vessels brittle and prone to rupture, K2 intelligently and purposefully escorts that calcium directly to your bones and teeth, where it is desperately needed to build strength and maintain density. Landmark studies, particularly those emerging from Japan and the Netherlands, have revealed that individuals with the highest dietary intake of vitamin K2 have up to 50% less arterial calcification and a significantly lower risk of bone fractures. A single 1 ounce serving of good quality aged Gouda can provide more of this essential vitamin K2 than most people consume in an entire week. Furthermore, the aging process concentrates a uniquely beneficial fatty acid called conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA, which extensive research has linked to a reduction in body fat, particularly abdominal fat, and a marked improvement in overall immune function. As a final wonderful bonus, the long aging period allows the beneficial bacteria to consume nearly all of the lactose, making aged Gouda a perfect, gut-friendly and delicious choice, even for many who struggle with lactose intolerance. Genuine Parmesan cheese. It is imperative that you first forget the dusty, powdery substance found in the green shaker can, a product that bears little resemblance to its namesake. We are talking about authentic Parmigiano Reggiano, imported directly from its legally protected region of origin in Italy. This is not just a food, it is a living piece of history, a centuries-old tradition of nutritional alchemy, an edible multivitamin that just so happens to taste absolutely divine, crafted using artisanal methods that have remained remarkably unchanged for nearly 900 years. This cheese possesses a nutritional profile that is almost unbelievable in its potency and bioavailability. A single 1 ounce serving, about the size of your thumb, packs a robust 10 grams of pristine protein, but it is the exceptional quality of this protein that is so profoundly astounding. The extensive and mandatory 32-month aging process breaks down the casein proteins so completely that they are rendered into free-form amino acids and peptides, allowing your body to absorb them with almost zero digestive effort. This makes it an incredibly gentle source of high-quality protein, even for those with the most sensitive stomachs or compromised digestive systems. The calcium content is truly off the charts, delivering a higher concentration of this vital mineral per ounce than a full 8-ounce glass of milk. But unlike milk or isolated calcium supplements, the calcium in Parmigiano Reggiano comes perfectly packaged by nature with its essential cofactors, phosphorus and magnesium, in the exact ratios your body requires to absorb it with nearly 100% efficiency. This cheese is also a complete protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids in perfect proportion, making its protein quality rival that of a steak or a piece of chicken. Beyond these fundamental building blocks, it contains fascinating and beneficial compounds called kesomorphins, which are unique peptides that have been shown to bind to opioid receptors in the brain, helping to reduce anxiety and promote a profound sense of calm and well-being, making it the perfect, satisfying end-of-day treat. For the best experience and to fully appreciate its crystalline texture, break it into small granular chunks rather than grating it, and enjoy it after a meal as the Italians traditionally do. This practice not only aids digestion by stimulating digestive enzymes, but also provides a perfect, satisfying protein boost that signals satiety to the brain, preventing late-night cravings without overloading your system. Grass-fed raw cheddar. The word raw might sound intimidating or even risky to some, but when it comes to cheese, it can be the golden key to unlocking a hidden world of profound health benefits that are systematically destroyed by modern food processing. Properly aged raw cheddar, especially when it is crafted from the milk of 100% grass-fed cows, is unequivocally one of the healthiest and most life-affirming foods you can possibly put on your plate. In the United States, by law, any cheese made from raw, unpasteurized milk must be aged for a minimum of 60 days. This is not an arbitrary rule, it is a time-tested natural safety process during which the beneficial acids and bacteria produced during cheesemaking naturally eliminate any potential harmful pathogens while simultaneously preserving the precious, life-giving enzymes and probiotics that are completely obliterated during the high-heat process of pasteurization. These native enzymes are your body's powerful allies, acting as catalysts that help you to effortlessly digest the cheese and absorb its full and complex spectrum of nutrients. Grass-fed raw cheddar in particular is an anti-inflammatory champion. The milk from cows that graze on living pasture contains up to 5 times more conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, and significantly higher levels of heart-healthy, inflammation-reducing omega-3 fatty acids compared to cheese from their grain-fed counterparts. Its vitamin profile reads like a who's who of essential nutrients, being heavily loaded with the most bioavailable form of vitamin A, retinol, which is critical for vision, immune function, and skin health, and a potent, highly active form of vitamin K2, known as MK4, that is exceptionally effective at preventing arterial calcification and guiding calcium into bone. But perhaps its greatest and most unique gift is its living probiotic content. Unlike pasteurized cheeses, which are sterile, raw cheddar is a teeming, vibrant ecosystem of beneficial bacteria that survive the journey to your gut. There, they take up residence, supporting healthy digestion, bolstering your immune system by training it to respond appropriately, and can even measurably improve your mood through the powerful and scientifically validated gut-brain connection. To reap these incredible living benefits, always enjoy your raw cheddar at room temperature to allow its complex flavors to bloom, and never ever heat it excessively, as high temperatures will instantly destroy the delicate enzymes and beneficial probiotics that make it such a special and health-promoting food. Swiss Gruyère. Crowning our distinguished list of health-giving cheeses is authentic Swiss Gruyère, a true masterpiece of both nutrition and digestibility, a testament to the power of traditional, nature-aligned food production. Real, authentic Gruyère, especially that which carries the AOP, Appellation d'Origine Protégée seal, must be made from the raw, unpasteurized milk of cows that graze exclusively on the lush, wild herbs and diverse grasses of the high alpine meadows. This unique and varied diet creates a milk and subsequently a cheese with a nutritional profile so complex, so nuanced, and so beneficial that modern scientists are still working to uncover all of its secrets. The specific bacteria used in the crafting of Gruyère, particularly a strain known as Propionibacterium freudenreichi, are tiny miracle workers. As the cheese ages, these beneficial bacteria consume lactic acid and produce propionic acid, a short-chain fatty acid that groundbreaking research shows can help lower cholesterol, reduce systemic inflammation, and even provide fuel for the cells lining your colon. These are the same bacteria responsible for producing vast amounts of vitamin B12, a nutrient critical for nerve health and energy production, in amounts that surpass almost any other food source, plant, or animal. What truly and uniquely sets Gruyère apart from all other cheeses, however, is its remarkable ability to help your body produce its own master antioxidant, glutathione. Our natural internal production of glutathione plummets dramatically as we age, leaving our cells vulnerable to the relentless onslaught of oxidative stress and free radical damage. Gruyère is uniquely and incredibly rich in the specific amino acid precursors, cysteine and glycine, that your body needs as the raw materials to rebuild its own glutathione stores. This helps you to detoxify your system and protect your very cells from damage from the inside out. The long, patient 12-month aging process breaks its proteins down into such small, simple forms that your body can absorb them directly and with minimal effort, providing all the muscle building and tissue repairing benefits without placing any significant tax on your digestive system. In fact, compelling studies from Switzerland have even shown that elderly individuals who regularly consume Gruyère maintain their muscle mass and physical strength more effectively than those who do not. This cheese is a complete and perfect package, a delicious and sophisticated guardian of your strength, your cells, and your longevity. The worst cheeses for your health. Processed cheese slices. Those perfectly square, unnaturally uniform, and individually wrapped slices of cheese might stand as a modern symbol of speed and convenience, but they are, without exaggeration, a nutritional catastrophe of the highest order. These products are, in fact, cheese imposters, legally defined in many cases as pasteurized prepared cheese product, because they typically contain less than 50% actual cheese. The remainder of their composition is a horrifying and highly processed chemical cocktail of emulsifiers, industrial vegetable oils, artificial colors, and sodium phosphates that are an absolute disaster for your long-term health. The sodium content alone is alarming enough to raise blood pressure, but it is the specific type of sodium used, inorganic sodium phosphate, that is particularly sinister. A growing body of research has directly and unequivocally linked this industrial additive to accelerated biological aging, significant kidney damage, and a sharply increased risk of cardiovascular disease. The emulsifiers, such as polysorbate 80 and carboxymethyl cellulose, which are used to create that unnaturally smooth plastic-like melt, have been demonstrated in numerous studies to disrupt the delicate and vital ecosystem of your gut microbiome. This disruption can lead to a condition known as leaky gut, or increased intestinal permeability, which in turn can trigger a devastating cascade of chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout your entire body. A condition now linked to everything from autoimmune diseases and arthritis to persistent brain fog and depression. To top it all off, these flimsy slices often contain artificial colors, such as yellow 5 and yellow 6, which are derived from petroleum and have been linked to a host of health concerns. They are stabilized with preservatives designed to give them a disturbingly long shelf life, all while offering poorly absorbed, low-quality nutrients due to the harsh chemical and high-heat treatments they undergo. They are the very definition of an anti-food, a product that actively works against your body's quest for health with every single bite. Cheese spreads in jars. Any so-called cheese product that can sit unrefrigerated on a grocery store shelf for months or even years on end should serve as a massive glaring red flag, a clear warning signal to your health-conscious intuition. These cheese spreads, whether they come in a jar, a tub, or a pressurized can, are often little more than a concoction of modified food starch, unhealthy inflammatory oils like soybean or canola oil, and a long litany of chemical additives, all blended into a paste that only vaguely resembles cheese in color and flavor. To achieve their permanently spreadable texture and extreme shelf stability, they are subjected to intense, ultra-high temperature processing that completely obliterates any potential nutritional value that may have existed in the raw ingredients, while simultaneously loading them with a host of harmful ingredients. Many of these products historically contained, and some still do contain, partially hydrogenated oils, the primary source of artificial trans fats, a type of fat so unequivocally damaging to the heart and cardiovascular system that they have been banned or heavily restricted in many countries around the world. The sodium content is often astronomical, and to create a palatable flavor from such poor ingredients, they are packed with chemical preservatives and flavor enhancers like monosodium glutamate or MSG, which is often hidden on the label under deceptive names like yeast extract or hydrolyzed protein, and can trigger severe headaches, heart palpitations, and other neurological symptoms in sensitive individuals. But perhaps the most concerning and insidious element is the unseen threat: phthalates. These are known hormone-disrupting chemicals that are used to make plastics more flexible and can leach from the plastic tub or the jar's lid lining directly into the high-fat cheese spread. Phthalates have been strongly linked by scientific research to a host of serious long-term health issues, including metabolic disorders, obesity, diabetes, and serious reproductive problems. Consuming these spreads is akin to willingly inviting a toxic chemical cocktail into your system that offers zero nutritional benefits while posing a significant and cumulative threat to your hormonal balance and long-term health. Pre-shredded cheese in bags. This particular culprit may come as a genuine surprise to many, but that convenient, time-saving bag of pre-shredded cheese is one of the worst and most deceptive choices you can make in the dairy aisle, and the reason has everything to do with what is added to it after the cheese is grated. In order to keep the individual shreds of cheese from clumping together into a single, sticky, and unappealing mass inside the bag, manufacturers coat them with a variety of anti-caking agents. The most common of these is cellulose, which is quite literally refined wood pulp. While the Food and Drug Administration deems it safe for consumption, this indigestible fiber serves no nutritional purpose and can cause significant digestive distress, including bloating and gas in many individuals. More importantly, this powdery coating can prevent the cheese from melting properly, creating a gritty or stringy texture in cooked dishes, and may even interfere with your body's ability to fully absorb the cheese's valuable nutrients, like calcium and protein. Furthermore, to extend their shelf life and prevent the growth of mold on the vast, exposed surface area of the shreds, many of these products contain an antifungal agent called natamycin. Natamycin is, by definition, an antibiotic. Regularly consuming low doses of an antibiotic can have a profoundly disruptive effect on the delicate and vital balance of your gut microbiome, potentially killing off beneficial bacteria strains that are essential for digestion, immunity, and even mental health. The cheese used for shredding is also often of a lower quality and younger age to begin with, and the act of shredding dramatically increases the surface area exposed to oxygen and light, leading to rapid oxidation. This process destroys fragile, light-sensitive nutrients like vitamin A and creates harmful inflammatory compounds as the fats begin to degrade. In essence, when you buy pre-shredded cheese, you are paying a premium price for a nutritionally inferior product that has been treated with wood pulp and antibiotics. Taking the 2 extra minutes to grate a solid block of real high-quality cheese is one of the easiest, most impactful, and most important upgrades you can possibly make for your health. Blue cheese. While it is often hailed by food connoisseurs as a gourmet delicacy, a sophisticated and bold choice for the discerning palate, blue cheese unfortunately hides a number of significant potential health risks, especially for individuals over the age of 60 or those with certain pre-existing health sensitivities. Its signature pungent flavor and characteristic blue-green veining come from the intentional introduction of a specific type of mold, most commonly Penicillium roqueforti or Penicillium glaucum. The problem is that during its metabolic process, this mold produces extraordinarily high levels of a compound called tyramine. For many people, and particularly for those prone to migraines, tyramine can act as a powerful trigger, setting off debilitating headaches that can last for hours or even days. More dangerously, tyramine can cause a sharp and sudden spike in blood pressure. For anyone taking a class of antidepressant or anti-Parkinson's drugs known as monoamine oxidase inhibitors, or MAOIs, eating a food as high in tyramine as blue cheese can be catastrophic. The drug prevents the breakdown of tyramine, leading to a hypertensive crisis, a rapid, severe increase in blood pressure that constitutes a medical emergency and could potentially be fatal. Beyond the immediate risk of tyramine, the mold itself can be problematic for a wider audience. It produces natural byproducts called mycotoxins, which, while generally considered safe in the small amounts found in cheese, can accumulate in the body with regular, consistent intake. Many people have a hidden low-grade sensitivity to these specific mold compounds, experiencing baffling and chronic symptoms like persistent joint pain, mental fog, and unexplained fatigue that they never manage to connect back to their evening cheese plate. Blue cheese is also incredibly high in histamines, which are produced as the cheese ages and breaks down. For the millions of people with histamine intolerance, consuming blue cheese can trigger a wide array of unpleasant allergic-type reactions, ranging from hives, skin rashes, and nasal congestion to more severe symptoms like anxiety, heart palpitations, and insomnia. When you combine these multiple risks, the tyramine danger, the mycotoxin load, and the histamine bomb, with its very high sodium content and a type of saturated fat that is known to be more inflammatory than that found in other cheeses, blue cheese becomes a very risky proposition that offers precious few unique nutritional benefits to outweigh its significant potential for harm. The choices you make in the quiet, brightly lit aisles of the grocery store are some of the most powerful and consequential health decisions you will face all day, every day. The science is clear, the clinical evidence is in, and now the knowledge is yours to wield. By simply and consciously swapping a few risky, chemically laden choices for powerfully beneficial, nutrient-dense, and traditional ones, you can turn every meal, every snack, and every recipe into a potent opportunity to build a stronger, more vibrant, and longer life. What's the one cheese you'll find hardest to part with after learning the truth?